Good afternoon. Thank you to Leader Jeffries for his leadership. I wanted to recognize some of the members on this stage. We're joined today by the ranking member of our Veterans Committee, Mark Takano, as well as Democrats who are veterans, Bobby Scott, Salud Carvajal. Salud Carvajal? Yeah. He's a Marine, so I have to do it twice. And Mike Thompson. All right. So last night, Donald Trump lied to you. He promised a golden age, and the facts show we're entering a Trump slump. Inflation has increased, consumer sentiment is down. The Federal Reserve Bank of Atlanta has now projected that our economy is going to contract. It's literally going to get smaller this quarter. And the chaotic actions of the Trump administration, enabled by House Republicans, are not harming our country, they're also harming our veterans. 1 in 4 federal employees are veterans. So when the Trump administration indiscriminately, in many cases brazenly, illegally fires federal employees, that has a disproportionate effect on our nation's veterans. No wonder, as Whip Clark mentioned, nowhere did Donald Trump mention veterans issues last night. House Republicans are also harming our nation's veterans. The radical budget that they just passed with $880 billion of cuts to Medicaid harms our veterans because 1 in 10 of our veterans get coverage through Medicaid. And I want to thank today our veterans, Chris, Louise, and Eric, for sharing their powerful stories. And I'm going to conclude on this story. I met Eileen, a veteran, yesterday. She served in the U.S. Air Force. She then went to work at FEMA in Alabama, the same state where I started my active duty training in the Air Force. She was one of the first volunteers to go to Hurricane Helene. She has 2 kids, ages 4 and 10. And on President's Day, she got an email similar to what Eric got that said she was fired. No notice, no severance pay. She couldn't even go back to her office. A few days later, she had to walk into the middle of a field in the snow and her supervisor to come out and give her her office items in a box. That is not how we should treat our nation's veterans. It's not how we should treat our federal employees, and it's not how we should treat any American. The actions of the Trump administration are shameful, immoral, and they are completely hurtful to veterans. That's why, under leadership of Hakeem Jeffries and all the Democratic members here in this room, we are fighting back and we will prevail.